Welcome back, everybody. Round number 2 is on its way. And Andy, if it's anything like the first round, we should be in for a great night of racing.
Oh, definitely so. Some phenomenal action in round 1 there at Shanghai in China. Won by Blizzard for VSR, and they take first and third with Lewis in third. Squeezy, though, still flying the flag for TTG. And then we had that phenomenal battle in the midfield between 4 or 5 different drivers, with Fletcher, Sinclair, Lambo was in there. I can't even remember everyone that was in there at the end, but phenomenal action, some phenomenal racing, and Bahrain has always been a very fun one when it comes to league racing, and this should hopefully be much more of the same. And really good to see not very many incidents, only a few people getting penalties as well in that race, and hopefully that continues through the night and we can see some more phenomenal action here on TTTV.
Yeah, absolutely, and I was hoping, hoping, Andy, that you'd be talking for a bit longer, just so I could get all the thumbnails sorted and sharing the stream. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. I've done it now. There was enough time for me to do it all, so I'm very happy now.
I've got plenty there if needed.
Oh, absolutely, and it's always Bahrain. Like I said in the previous stream, it's always a load of fantastic fun. It's a track that's almost designed for this sort of league racing. It's absolutely fantastic, and I wonder if we're going to see some sparks flying, no pun intended.
It's quite possible. Hopefully it's just off the back of the cars when under the night sky. Obviously, night in the desert. 3.363 miles, 15 tons. They actually spray a special coat of special adhesive before races in real life to prevent the sand blowing across the track. And obviously it's rose water called Ward on the podium rather than champagne to stick with the laws and rules that they have over there. All the turns around here are numbered except for turn number 1, which is named after Michael Schumacher. And of course, as I mentioned in the last stream there at the end, turn 9 and 10 before you go into that back straight. Probably one of the trickiest corners on the F1 calendar, so it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely, and you mentioned that the first corner is called Schumacher, and one person who turned 9 and 10 caught out was Michael Schumacher. Left his braking too late, locked up, went straight on, and had to use the wide runoff area at turn 10. So even the 7-time world champion struggles with that corner from time to time.
It's not the easiest corner, absolutely not, and you know, I'd say between that and turn 1 and 2 in China, probably two of the trickiest corners on the calendar. You're constantly braking, downshifting, turning. Very easy to lock up the inside wheel, and hopefully we don't see any carnage down there, because I have seen it in previous before. Very easy to lock up and just go straight into the back of another car, especially early doors in the race when there is a lot of cars very close together. Just waiting on the drivers picking their setups and getting ready for the one-shot qualifying. Hopefully it will be on the same car as well, like it was last time. I think it worked out last time, didn't it? We were on board with the stream, and then I was on board with the right car as well. So already getting the chat going on. Thank you very much to OneHub as well, saying that ourselves are excellent. So thank you very much, guys. Hope everyone is enjoying the stream. From myself and Kieran, we love doing this, and these kind of events are absolutely brilliant. They bring us some phenomenal action. Just waiting on a couple of drivers. I'm just going to hold on the mic. We are back on board once again with Don Cool for the second time here this evening, down towards turn 1. You got the DRS wide open as we head down towards the Schumacher corner. Looking for your braking zone around about 100 metres. Down to second gear, down to first briefly for Don Cool there, and then back on the power through turn 3, and then through turn 3 we're coming up the hill towards turn 4. This is a bit of a passing place sometimes in races as well, and we're down the gears one more time into turn 4. It's deceptively tight on entrance and then widens on the exit, and then through turn 5, which is not even a corner, and then downhill through 6 and 7, and then into turn 8. Harden the brakes one more time, down to second gear, around about 50 miles an hour, and then just get back on the power, up through the gears one more time. Here's turn 9 and 10. First bit's easy enough. You start braking as you're turning, downshifting, and then it's down to second gear. On the power, you need a good exit because it's DRS down the back straight as well, and then heading towards turns 11 and 12. We start heading back uphill one more time, down to fourth gear, around about 90 miles an hour. Back up through the gears, up through 5th, 6th gear. Very easy for the back end to swap ends up here, believe it or not. And then on the brakes one more time, into the right-hander at the top of the hill, and then we're back on the power one more time, down towards turns 14 and 15, which for me is just one corner, to be perfectly honest. Find your braking point, 75 metres, throw it in, it widens and opens up on the exit, onto the power one more time, down the straight, DRS wide open, and across the line we go, and it's Marquez from Squeezy at the top of the standings as Don Cool takes 13th again. I think that's where he finished up last time in Shanghai as well, so at least he's consistent.
Yes, Mr. Consistent Donkel, and I saw a big names there being disqualified from the session, invalidating their lap times. No 20 clean laps like last time. But Marquezis grabs pole position by just over a tenth from Squeezy. Then it's Rafa in third, Louis fourth, Fletcher in fifth, Danestar in sixth. Sinclair in 7th, Reflow 8th, Siege in 9th, Lambo in 10th, Paquito in 11th, Alex in 12th, Donkel in 13th, Noni in 14th, Blizzard there with Samu, Leon and Poe all getting their lap times invalidated. So Blizzard there for VSR starting in P15, and Poe, his night just keeps getting worse and worse, Andy. He's having to start from the back of the grid.
Yeah, it's definitely not what he or TTG needed, but 5 drivers there, CPI, VSR, TTG and Innovate, with 2 drivers in there, so just getting caught out with the track limits around here. Obviously with these Herman Tilke made circuits, it's a bit easier to do a lot of runoff. You obviously want to push the limits to try and do as quick a lap as you can, but once again the top 10 covered by just over a second during that lap, and especially in a one-shot qualifying session. I say that during the European series as well, with one-shot qualifying you've only got that one go. So to have the top 10 separated by a second in a normal qualifying session with the drivers as close as they are might sound quite a big gap. But in a one shot where if you make a mess, that's it, your lap's done. That's still very, very close for everyone to be separated by. And who knows, when we get to Albert Park for the next one, it could be even more separated by a second before the end of the race. Drivers getting readied up. It'll be interesting to see what tyres they go for as well, Kieran. What's your thinking here? You think anyone might do what Don Cool did last time out and go for the alternate strategy?
Well, they just have to rely on people battling ahead of them. That's the only thing. If people battle ahead, then obviously the Don Cool strategy would work out as it reels you into other people who are battling away, losing time and all that business. But as you can see there, we've got the super softs, the softs and the medium tyres available for the Bahrain Grand Prix this time around. There's only 3 drivers on the soft tyres. That's Donkel, who's going for that alternate strategy once again, Blizzard going for the alternate strategy, as well as Bohr in 17th place. Everyone else though is starting on a set of super soft tyres. And well, it's been a good start for VSR. They are leading the way, as Alan has posted in the chat. 72 points to 48 from One Hub. A fantastic first race on their debut in the Esports Mini League. You got TTG in 3rd place there with 38. CPI in 4th place. CPI, yes, we got that wrong last time.
I've been doing it too.
We did get that wrong last time, so apologies guys. It is CPI with 34 points, and then Innovate in 5th place on 23 points. Remember, every single position is a point scoring position. As long as you get to the checkered flag, you're scoring points for your team. That way it reduces the amount of people who crash into a wall, lose a bit of front wing and just quit completely, because if you do that, you're costing your team.
Definitely so, and obviously as well, not just getting to the line still in control of your car, because obviously in the last round we've seen Paul have dropped out of the session. The car was going round as a ghost and they finished the race a lap down, but he was not in control of the car, so that didn't count as any points of course. So you need to get to the end of the race, it's what you want to be doing, and you can see they're all starting to back up now, coming down towards turn 14 and 15, sorry, about to start round number 2. Obviously we've got 19 drivers rather than 20. It's CPI who are missing a driver. They usually have another Williams out there, which I believe was supposed to be Mane, who was in the European series, but he's missed out here, and it looks like they've not got a substitute to be able to put in instead for whatever reason. So shame that is the case. It gives them a trickier job, but they're not far off the back of TTG in One Hub, so still doing very well indeed. We're getting ready for the lights to decide whenever they want to go out one more time.
Yeah, absolutely, as it seems to be in these mini league series. The red lights come on and then they instantly go off again. Here they go, don't be fooled, the 5 red lights will go on, they'll instantly go out, no one will go anywhere. Watch out for the bottom right hand corner, that's the revs going up, and we'll be able to see when round 2 gets underway. And round 2 is underway. And what are the starts though? It looks like it's a fantastic start from Marquez, and he cuts off any competition from behind him. But what are the starts like behind him? Well, look at this. They're going 4 wide into turn 1 as the Ferrari of Rafa trying to go around the outside in towards turn 1 as they head through turn 2. Really tricky series of corners here, and we'll have to wait and see how they all emerge. And we've got a Renault all around. That's Paquito, who is around at the end of turn 3 there, as we have to see. Oh, there's contact between Squeezy and Rafa. Rafa's around. There's also Fletcher involved, who's taken a knock to his front wing. I think the Ferrari is undamaged in that. He's rejoined straight into this back here, and the Haas runs into the back of the Ferrari. A little bit of a chaotic start right here, but you can see Marquez is getting ahead as there's yellow flags in sector 2 now. And look at this pack of cars here. It's chaos at the moment. Maybe they can all settle down, but we will see drivers coming in. There will be front wing damage out there. We've seen Bree out there. We've seen Poe there making moves up towards 16th place. He went right up the inside of Rafa, and I wonder who has front wing damage as they make their way down the back straight. Then you can see the Renault there of Noni there trying to make a move on Sinclair as they make their way now towards turn 11. And there's big battles going on. We've got Donkel and Danestar trading places. Of course, they are teammates. Oh, that's the Renault and the McLaren getting a little bit of contact there. None of them around. Marquez is not that far ahead of Squeezy then as they make their way down towards the final 2 corners of 14 and 15. And as they make their way towards the line then, Marquez leads for VSR. Then it's Squeezy, Louis, Siege, Reflow, Lambo, Donkel, Blizzard, Leon, Danestar, Fletcher, Bohr, Alex, Sinclair, Poe, Rafa, Samu, Tally and Paquito, who spun out on the very first lap.
I was trying to keep up with as much as possible. Fletcher's had to come into the pits. I don't know what happened to Paquito that spun him round, but he was caught up with TTG Sinclair. The two of them were off. It spun the Renault facing the wrong direction. Sinclair was able to get moving a bit more, and then going up to turns 3, 4, 5 and 6, it was the equivalent of the M25 on a Friday night. Everybody wanting to get home as quickly as possible after a horrible week of work, and it was just absolute mayhem and bedlam going on. And I'm surprised there's only 2 cars in Tally and Fletcher into the pits for any repairs. It's still going off in the background. Sinclair trying to make his way back up through the order, just going past Alex there. A nice little move through the downhill chicane as Rafa, the biggest loser there, trying to gain ground up. He's lost 11 places. Fletcher's also lost more than that. And we're going 3 wide towards turn 9 and 10 towards the back. Rafa goes through the middle there, and Alex holds on. Samu trying to get round as well. That was nearly absolute carnage as well. We nearly had 3 wide into one of the trickiest corners on the F1 calendar, but it was real tricky to keep up with everything. But Leon's made the most places, up 9 places from 18th up to 9th, Poe's up to 11th from the back of the grid. Fletcher the biggest loser in terms of anything going on, but he has pitted, so it makes the biggest loser being Rafa at the moment, down 11 places, having started in P3. There is action one more time going all over the place as Lambo's just stuck it up the inside the reflow into the final corner, but the Ferrari now is right in the slipstream. That's NASCAR drafting its way down the straight there as Poe's got himself back. Danestar in the background. In fact, Danestar's heading for pit lane, so he's heading backwards. Reflow onto the brakes late, but can Lambo keep the position? He's now finally got it done. Made the move at the last turn and finally makes it stick into turn number 1.
Yeah, absolutely great battling going on. Calm down a little bit, which is great to see. And we've got battles going on. You can see the battle behind Blizzard, Donkel and Leon. Blizzard made the move on Donkel to get past, but Donkel's not let him get away. They're both on the soft tyre, so watch out for them towards the end of this race. Bohr and Sinclair, meanwhile, battling away for 11th place as we see Noni and Danestar trading positions because Danestar is into the pits, of course. And that is Sinclair going round the outside as we head through turn 8. And will he get the better traction? And but you've got Bohr there on the soft tyres, who theoretically shouldn't get that good a traction, but he has done as we head through turn 9, now going through turn 10. Bohr wanted to try and make the cutback, didn't quite work out the way he wanted it to, and Rafa here could have a good run now, coming down the back straight in the DRS zone, and you can see there with the DRS, he's managed to get alongside, up the inside, in towards turn 11, and Rafa gets the move done. Of course, he was facing the wrong way at one point during the first lap, so he's now in 12th place. He's got a bit to do. He's got his bit between his teeth, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, he needs to get a move on being on those super softs. It's not going to be long before he has to pit in. Obviously, Blizzard and Donkel put themselves in a great position being on the soft tyres that made up 8 and 5 places respectively. But you can see there is Paul in the background. He's heading for pit lane, so he's decided he's had enough of those super soft tyres. Leon's carried on for another lap, but there's been plenty of action through the field. But up front, it is still Marquez who leads from Squeezy and Lewis, where it's basically, well, you can throw a blanket over them nearly enough as well. About a second and a half between them. Siege just sitting there nicely in the background in 4th place. He's got 2.5 seconds to Lambo, who's now got himself clear nearly of Reflow and 6th. Blizzard in behind in 7th on those soft tyres, so he can try and go as quick as he can. He's going to be able to stretch that stint longer than those around him, apart from 8th place Donpool, of course. Leon in 9th. Sinclair has got himself into 10th place, and him and Rafa have disappeared a little bit from the two Innovate drivers. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. I'm going to run my way back through it. It's Dainstar off at turn 1 in the wall, unsure what's happened, and that's the second race in a row that we've seen a Salva. And in fact, it's been the second race in a row it's been Dainstar as well, off the track. Has he got wing damage? Unsure on that one. But battling going on all through the field, and the two Mercedes of Bob and Samuel will be about having a wee fight in a moment's time. Blizzard is right on the back of that Ferrari, runs very wide out of the last corner, so does Doncool in the background. He's got Leon all over the back of him, and there's obviously action going on up front as well, trying to keep an eye on everything. It's nearly impossible. Squeezy and Marquez are into the pit lane, so they've decided to pit now. Here comes Blizzard, he's following the Ferrari, which is heading for pit lane, drafting as long as he could there, so the Ferrari ducks out of that battle, so the pit stops are full effect. Siege in as well. That puts Lewis into the lead from Lambo and Blizzard, so at the moment VSR 1, 2, 3, and we've seen that last time out as well in the Euro Series as well. Doncool in 4th place, Leon in 5th, with Sinclair 6th, Rafa 7th, those two pretty close together as well. And then you've got the two Mercedes, Samu and Bora 8th and 9th, Paquito in 10th and Alex in 11th, and just all going off. Marquez is rejoined in 12th place at the moment, 2 seconds clear of Squeezy, with Siege 3 seconds back from that, and Poe just coming out of turn 1, having pitted the lap before. He's actually jumped ahead of Reflow, so that's done very nicely for him coming on a lap earlier. Looks like the undercut is very powerful around here, especially when there's cars and traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a look at Samu there, who has got past Bohr, and I wonder if that was team orders, because you can see there Samu was on the super soft tyres. He's got to make those work now, because they will be coming towards the end of their life. So you got Sinclair there, who is now under pressure from Rafa as they head up the hill through turn 11 and then turn 12, as they now head through into sector 3 now. And you can see Rafa piling on the pressure, that Ferrari there. Just a side note there, Dainstar got a 10-second time penalty when he supposedly cut the first corner there, but that might have been the reason he ended up in the wall. So he really has been dealt a double blow there, not only a 10-second time penalty but actually in the wall as well. So things aren't working out for Dainstar. He's just got to keep his head up, because he will be scoring points for his team. Louis, Lambo, Leon, that is I believe all the names are changing around, so it's really hard to tell. Rafa into the pits with Leon and Samu there. So 5 cars into the pits, but as they're all pitting, they're all changing positions, so it's pretty difficult to tell who's actually in the pits. Meanwhile then, you've got Innovate here with a little bit of a team orders maybe. You've got Bohr there on the soft tyres, you've got Paquito on the super softs. Now the super softs will be coming to the end of their life, if not already on the end of their life. So what do you reckon then? Bohr keeping position? Are they holding position for now?
I think I'd probably let the Renault go, although he's probably going to be pitting next lap, so it depends who feels they're quicker at the moment. Just noticing though, during that pit stop phase, Lewis, who's now in 8th place, he's jumped Squeezy in the pit stop phase, even though Squeezy was in the lap before. So in this instance, the undercut did not work, and the Haas driver coming in a lap later has managed to jump ahead of the McLaren, because Squeezy was obviously up in 2nd place early doors in the race. So the Haas still ahead, and now trying to chase down his VSR teammate Marquez, but Squeezy, we know, is very quick. He's looking pretty racy as well. His McLaren teammate Poe is trying to chase down the other one of the other VSR drivers in Lambo. That's over 11th and 12th place. It's going to be interesting. I'm expecting to see Siege, Paquito and Alex into the pits for those super softs, probably on this lap, to be honest. It'll be interesting to see when Blizzard and Doncool come in on those soft tires, and Bohr as well, having started. Sinclair has pitted, Paquito's coming in, and Alex, so as expected they are all heading for pit lane. I just wish I could predict the lottery numbers that well.
Yeah, absolutely. As you can see there, Marquez is 1:28.4, fastest lap of the race. on those soft tyres, but you can see one of the closest battles in the field right now is between Lambo and Poe. You can see there Poe with the DRS wide open, has a look to the right hand side, just trying to feel those Force India mirrors with a bit of orange papaya. But as they head their way through turn 2, then through turn 3, Poe still holds position in 9th place. Meanwhile, then Rafa and Sinclair look like they're going to have a battle as they're coming up the hill. Look at this run from Rafa then as we head up the hill now towards turn 4. And you can see there Sinclair just trying to put the Ferrari off then. And that's not worked at all because Rafa's found the inside line and makes the move stick. Really hard battling between those two. Sinclair there did his absolute best to try and keep that Ferrari behind. It hasn't worked, and Rafa gets ahead. Reflow right behind now as we're going to drop down to the battle for 15th place. You can see Paquito here really on the back of Fletcher, and Paquito who has recently stopped. Fletcher who stopped very early on those soft tyres, and now Paquito is right on his rear wing. Other battles happening through the field. We've got Louis and Squeezy, 7/10 between those two. Of course, Lambo and Poe keeping an eye on that battle. You've got the one hub drivers of Rafa and Reflow causing Sinclair some trouble as they make their way now through turn 13. This long right-hander. Have to be patient on the throttle and be careful not to run wide at the final corner.
Definitely so. Sinclair was just coming out of the pits. Rafa just got a run out of turns 1 and 2. He did pick up a 3-second time penalty though for another warning during that sequence, and then obviously up the inside into turn 4, and now Sinclair finds himself the unfortunate filler for a meantime anyway in a one-hub sandwich. But here comes Reflow down the front straight. He's got DRS, but so does Sinclair. Sinclair goes to the inside line. Reflow cuts by. Oh, he's took his teammate out.
The two one-hub cars collide! Oh my goodness, and that Reflow's been given a 5-second stop-go penalty
Damage
for that
Sinclair
collision.
as well.
Well, that is tough there to take, but Sinclair's going to try and battle on. As you can see there, that's an easy position for Blizzard. He's right up the inside. He's rejoined. He's on those super soft tyres. And with that battling going on, that I wouldn't want to be in the one-hub briefing room after that, as Blizzard now goes round the outside of the Ferrari, makes it look easy. Now he's going to go up the inside of Sinclair. And in a matter of seconds, Blizzard is all the way up to 10th place. But now Rafa's got to run on Sinclair then as we head towards turn 9. But he can't quite find the way through. As you can see there, Sinclair damaged front wing on the left hand side, and I think that's sadly a case of Reflow missing his braking point, and well, I'm pretty sure he has to hold his hands up for that one.
Yeah, he's got damage as well, so he'll be in the pits. He's got that penalty. He tried to cut back. He was on the outside to Sinclair with the DRS and then tried to switch back for the inside line and just completely missed his braking and went right into the back of his teammate in Rafa. And that was just really, the first rule of racing is obviously never take out any of your teammates. The two Ferraris crashing into each other, not good. They two will still have a battle later on though, will Reflow and Sinclair, because they're both going to be in the pits. They've both got damage, as Bohr has came into the pits for the last one to stop. In fact, Sinclair has carried on as Poe's left the session again. It's been a horrible night for Poe. He was in 6th place on his outlap and he is now a ghost one more time. Car's still going round, and that is not good in terms of TTG when it comes to the points. But Blizzard going through the free run, picking his way through the field there, through the mayhem of the battle between the two Ferraris and Sinclair's Toro Rosso, as Poe's came back in, so thankfully he's managed to get himself back in the session, so that's good for TTG. But some amazing moves. Got past 1, got past 2, got past 3, outlap, tyres not fully up to temperature, made that work, got the move done, and that's probably going to make a big difference in his race later on, because he's got through that scrap very quickly, and that's what he needed to do if he wants to get back up this order.
Donkel looking dangerous here as we head towards turn 11. He's putting some real pressure on Leon then as they head now up the hill. And as you're saying, Andy, that move from Blizzard was absolutely astonishing. Of course, with damaged front wings, might have made it a little bit easier, but not that much easier for sure. But round the inside, round the outside, whichever way he likes, he's made that move stick though. Watch out for the battle between Sinclair and Samu here, and I wonder if Sinclair's going to regret not pitting in, I should say. We have Reflow there right at the back of the grid now, and it's at least promoted Danestar up to 16th place, so he can take a little bit of joy out of that. But it's not been Danestar's day, it's not been Poe's day either, as Blizzard smashes that lap, fastest lap, 1:27.6. Here we go then, Samu trying to make a move on Sinclair as they head down towards the start-finish straight. There's also moves here for Rafa and Poe, and you can see that the Mercedes has got past the Toro Rosso in towards turn 1. We've got Rafa here who's made away past Poe, and I think any moment now, Poe will be rejoining in that car. The car's solid, so Poe is back in the car. So he's back in the car. He's dropped 4 places there. He was running in 6th, now running in 10th place. He's just got to keep his head down now and make sure he can get as many points as possible.
Definitely so, and Sinclair now finds himself in another sandwich, this time between the two Innovate drivers, two Mercedes there. Samuel getting by him, Bohr looking a bit feisty, and behind Pepito is coming up behind, so Sinclair right in the middle of 3 IVR cars here as they come round the back end of the track. Poe is back in control of that car there. Rafa made a good move up the inside, so at least he is back in control of that car, which is good for later on in the race. Marquez, meanwhile, he's got his VSR teammate Lewis in behind one more time, so it's VSR 1-2, TTG and 3. Lambo's actually made his way up into 4th place. He's actually passed Siege on this lap, possibly down the DRS in the back straight. So it's VSR 1-2-4, TTG 5-6, and there's Lewis going up the inside of Marquez. And again, I think the guys will be in the party chat, keeping it simple. Lewis looks like he's got more speed at the moment than Marquez, so he's obviously let that one go. Doncool in 6th, so he's on 3 lap old super softs, having gone for the alternate strategy one more time. Started in 13th and he's making it work one more time for One Hub. Leon is trying to catch him in 7th place, and then he's got Blizzard hunting him down in 8th. Rafa in 9th has still got Poe trying to gain that place back over 9th and 10th, and then you've got Samu. Board's gone past Sinclair, who's now got Paquito in the Renault, so he's been passed by 2 Innovate drivers, and he's now got a 3rd one all over the back of him as well. Behind Paquito in 15th is Alex, who's having a bit of a lonely race. Danestar in 16th on a recovery drive after that incident early doors. Tally in 17th, Fletcher down in 18th place, and I think he's made 2 pit stops now. He has indeed, in Reflow, having made 2 pit stops after that incident where he drove into the back of his teammate. He is in 19th as Blizzard makes his way up the inside of Leon, down the back straight into turn number 11. A pretty easy move on grippier tyres there for the Haas driver.
And it looked like Leon was going for the Rosberg style of defending, try and close the door as much as you can, but Blizzard held his right foot in there. He wasn't afraid and made that move stick then. He's now up to P7. Paquita then has now found a way past Sinclair, and Sinclair and that wounded Toro Rosso is really struggling now. He's struggling for grip, and around a circuit that has a lot of mid-speed corners, relies heavily on the aero. He's just having a woeful time out there, dropping down the order. Alex is behind him, 3 seconds back. And if he can keep that gap, remember he will be scoring points. He is higher than Reflow though, so he's got that to take away with him as the 2 Mercedes there, the 2 Innovate drivers, swap positions. Bohr gets ahead of Samu this time, and he's now on the super soft tyres, 3.7 seconds back from Poe, who's locked horns with Rafa. Poe there disconnecting and rejoining, losing 4 positions, now down in 10th place. He's got time to make up, that's for sure, but he's got Rafa in front of him. Donkel as well, making those super softs work. He's actually in front of Blizzard right now, closing in on Siege, and Siege, who's not far away from Lambo either. Remember, Siege crashed out of the first race on the very first lap. Some drivers might have just thrown in the towel and said it's not their day, but Siege has recovered well. He's up to 5th place as we now head towards turn 11 for the 12th time. Time flies when you're having fun, and we're only 3 laps to go, soon to be 2 laps to go. As you can see, Louis and Marquez is just here running in formation, using each other as slipstream, trying to get away from Squeezy. And well, Lambo here is 8.7 behind that battle for first place. As Squeezy wants to try and close his gap towards them, those 2. He's only got 2 laps to go, 2 seconds to make up. It is going to be tough, but if he can get into the DRS zone, he might have a chance here of sneaking a podium, and a higher podium at that.
He'll want to close up as well, because Lewis has got a 3-second time penalty, so if he can stay close enough he could make it. Siege looks to the outside of Lambo towards turn 1, but the Force Cynthia's got the inside line and does it well, as Blizzard's trying to get past Donkill. Goes left, goes right, he's going both sides one more time. Oh, he's got past once again, pulls in front of the Salva, but the Salva driver's not having any off it. He's all over the back of the Haas now, and Blizzard manages to get that move done, looking very quick one more time. Lambo is still able to hold Siege off at the moment, moment, but that Toro Rosso's looking pretty quick at the moment as well. But Blizzard coming up behind on those super soft, so guys are going to want to be careful. But yeah, Lewis has got at least 3 seconds worth of time penalties. I don't know about Marquez and Squeezy. We'll obviously just need to wait and see how it goes fruit machine style across the line when it changes about. But if Squeezy can stay close enough, he could be looking at least second place here at the moment. He's now within DRS range of Marquez. Siege having another look at Lambo coming down towards turn number 11. Blizzard's right in there as well, late in the brakes. He's looking really feisty with those grippier tyres, and he's got a much better run out of turn 11 and up through the hilly turn 12. He's going to have to hold on for now. Siege is obviously getting the advantage of DRS off a Lambo, which is keeping him close enough, but Blizzard is looking like he wants to take another position. He's right in the slipstream. Will he wait and do it now? Up the inside into the last turn, he does indeed, and of course he's now going to have DRS to have a go at Lambo because he was within range as they crossed the line, but Siege might fancy his chances of taking the place back from him. Here we go, down towards turn 1. We're now on the final lap of the race. Blizzard pulls quite late a wee bit there, across to the inside. He goes up the inside of his VSR teammate Lambo. Siege tries to follow him through, can't do so, and Blizzard makes up 2 places in this space at the start and finish straight.
Yeah, great driving again from Blizzard. And as we head on to the final lap, you can see Donkel there just having a look. He's definitely trying to put these guys under pressure. And if penalties have anything to go by, he might find himself higher up the places. But Louis is on the final lap as he makes his way towards turn 9 and 10. Squeezy looked like he was in the DRS zone of these two, but has dropped back outside of the DRS zone once again. Lambo and Siege going very, very close there. I think Donkel actually tapped the back of the Toro Rosso there. That's how close it is as we head towards turn 9 and then through turn 10. Donkel on those supposedly faster tyres. They must be wearing out. Oh, as he's lost the back end. And that could be a gift for Leon there, but he's just a little bit too far back to take any advantage from that as Lambo and Siege battling away as they head through turn 11 now. But you can see here Louis weaving down towards turn 14. He thinks he's won it as he makes his way now towards the final 2 corners. What will the penalty say though as he heads towards the line? Will Louis be able to keep that position? Will he be able to win the race? And the second round he crosses the line first and he is able to keep it. Yes he is. So Louis wins from Marquezes and Squeezy there. Blizzard is coming around the final corner and it's very close between Lambo, Siege and Donkel. Donkel might have a bit of a run on Siege here. Can he make it towards the line? Can he overtake? I think he hasn't. Nope. He hasn't done it because penalties have set him back there and it's shuffled up that pack. Lambo finishing 4th with Siege in 5th. Blizzard dropping to 6th there. Leon up to 7th with Donkel dropping to 8th. Rafa finishing in 9th. Samu now up to 10th place with Poe in 11th. Bort in 12th. Paquito in 13th as he crosses the line. Sinclair rounds off a miserable Bahrain Grand Prix. He finishes in 16th. Dainstar recovers to 16th. And after all that's happened to him, he stuck his nose in there and kept going with it. Nonny and Fletcher are going to cross the line pretty much side by side, but as they come across the line at a stranded car, you can see Dainstar there dropping now to 18th place as Reflow comes across, and actually Dainstar does drop to the back of the grid with those penalties. But I'll tell you what, Louis takes the win here at round 2 of the Esports Mini League.
Well, I knew he had a 3-second penalty. I wasn't too sure about Marquez and Squeezy behind him, but obviously they did as well, and the 1-2-3 stayed exactly as it is, and that means VSR take another 2 places on the podium. Squeezy being the consistent thorn on their side though for TTG, taking 3rd place, 2nd in the first round and 3rd place here. But VSR winning both rounds so far this evening. Some fantastic action. Donkel put an absolute dive bomb up the inside of Siege, and although penalties dropped him down, Siege did pip him to the line on that run down to the start and finish straight. He went so late into the last corner, I thought he was going to take half the field out there into the final corner. But Lewis wins from Marquez in 2nd, Squeezy in 3rd, Lambo 4th, Siege in 5th. Blizzard comes up from 15th to take 6th place. Good result for him. Lambo up from 10th as well. Leon 18th to 7th. Fantastic stuff, and no penalties as well. Doncool in 8th from 13th. Rafa down from 3rd to 9th. Not a good race, but good recovery after the first lap. Samu in 10th. Poe in 11th. Borden 12th. Alex 13th. Paquito 14th. Sinclair 15th. Tally in 17th, Fletcher 18th, Reflow in 18th, Fletcher 17th, Reflow 18th, and Danster in 19th, and it was Reflow, Tally. Oh, there's quite a few of them that didn't get penalties in this one, but there was a few that also picked them up as well. So well done to those who didn't pick up any penalties in the race. In fact, the top 3 didn't pick up any. I thought Lewis had a 3-second time penalty, so there you go. Game telling me absolute fibs.
Yeah, he's creating false drama there, is Andy. That's all he's doing.
Gotta do something. Mind you, there's plenty of drama on the track. I don't need to tonight.
Oh, absolutely. We had the two one-hub cars colliding. Reflow obviously dropping all the way back. He managed to finish 18th. Of course, every car that started finished the race, so it is important points for everybody. And we just wait for Alan there to update us before we head to the final round of tonight, which will be at Albert Park, the Australian Grand Prix.
Definitely so, obviously fantastic. Street-based track as well, obviously it's now been the traditional season opener for F1 Melbourne since 1996. The only season it wasn't was 2006 when Bahrain took its place because of the Commonwealth Games in Melbourne. 3.124 mile street circuit incorporates some of the public roads. You've got your tight normal corners, turn threes, obviously a good overtaking zone, but obviously we've seen a lot of action down there. Remember 96, Martin Brundle flying over the top of cars in the start of the race. So you've got that quick chicane as well. And interesting fact as well, obviously no Australian has ever been in the podium. Daniel Ricciardo and Webber finished in P4. Ricciardo did get second in 2014, but then obviously got disqualified afterwards. So no Australians ever made the podium, and hopefully we don't have a major incident at the start, because although I don't think we were streaming it, because I certainly wasn't, I don't think you were there for the start of TTL F1, but I do believe there was a bit of a big incident at the start of TTL F1 in Melbourne this year, so hopefully we don't see anything like that here tonight.
Yeah, one hub in the chat saying, Kieran, you don't need to mention that anymore. Oh dear. Well, we are coming towards the final round of tonight. Of course, you can catch the rest of it next week. Andy will be live in the box, but I'm not sure who with. Maybe Alan will be promoted from points tallier to commentator. You never know.
If he is, he's still doing the points, because I'm not going to be able to keep up. No chance.
Well, there you go, Alan. You get to do commentary and the points. I bet you're thrilled about that one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, VSR will have obviously increased their lead with a 1-2. Obviously, we know that much. But it'll be interesting because the points between One Hub, TTG, Innovate and CPI was pretty close. You're talking 20 points before the start of the race between those four teams. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that's done. Squeezy's obviously picked up good points for TTG with third. Siege picked up, I think he was in 5th place in the race, so it's decent points there for TTG in that race. And Poe did get back in the car, finished in 11th. Sinclair obviously having a bit of a poor race, obviously after getting caught up in that incident we shall not mention. You're welcome, One Hub, where it cost him a bit of his damage on his front wing. And there is the points from Alan Kay.
Absolutely. So VSR top of the table on 152, TTG in second on 90 points, One Hub in third on 78, Innovate in 4th place on 61, and CPI in 5th place on 52 points. So it is pretty close at the field, and obviously round 2 is only just finished. We still have 4 rounds left to go. We have the Australian Grand Prix coming up, and it's not very easy to overtake at Australia. I'll tell you what, qualifying is going to be important, and if you invalidate your lap time, you're in for a long race.
Definitely so, and it's quite easy in some parts to invalidate, especially that quick chicane towards the end of Sector 2, start of Sector 3. It's very easy to do that, and obviously down here at Melbourne, 3 DRS zones, one down the front straight towards turn 1, one down the next straight towards turn 3, and then one as you come out of that quick chicane towards what I believe is turn 13. So plenty of overtaking opportunities, but some of these corners you need to make sure you're fully alongside to get the move done.
Absolutely, and that's going to bring the second stream of the night to an end. We've got one more to go, and it will be the Australian Grand Prix. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell so you're notified every time we go live. Will be useful for tonight and next Saturday, hint hint. But Annie and I will be back after this short break to cover the Australian Grand Prix. Don't go anywhere.